Hi guys, and welcome to our weekly reading for the week of November 16th to November 22nd. My name is Natalia and I am the creator of Light Witch Tarot, and today we are using a normal Rider-Waite, which you guys know is one of my favorite decks to use. Now, before we start with our energetic reading, I wanted to kind of let you guys know a little bit of the astrological energy to expect next week. Now, communications will definitely be tricky with the Mercury-Uranus opposition that will be taking place this Tuesday, November 17th. So the good news is that this is the last of 3 intuitive face-offs over the last 6 weeks between Mercury and Uranus, and this will add excitement but also nervous tension to the way that our mind works. So we have to be very careful with communicating, especially if we're under debate or if we're trying to put a point across. If we could skip that to Wednesday, that would be great, right? So what we're also seeing here is November 16th, so that will be this Monday, a sunny Venus-Jupiter square will bring luck, but just when it seems that everything's going well, a Venus-Saturn square arrives that Thursday, November 19th, bringing dark clouds and the possibility of disappointment and loss. So when we see this tricky energy, definitely for next week, carry your shadow, I call it shadow quartz, your smoky quartz, your black tourmaline, selenite, and amethyst. If you have citrine, that will work as well. Now, what we're seeing is that the forecast gets even darker and more complicated this coming Saturday, November 21st, when Venus enters intense Scorpio, and a lot of long buried problems, or if we're repressing emotions, may come to the surface, right? So this is gonna last about a month or so. Now, although this process can be uncomfortable, it's a necessary part of our growth, and you guys already know this. You know, when we repress things, it's gonna come to the surface, but that means that great healing is taking place. Now, things get much sunnier later that day on Saturday when the sun enters Sagittarius, an energetic, bold, and extravagant sign that does everything to the 9th degree. So if you are a Sagittarius, happy birthday. This is your season. And now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and just take a deep breath and kind of focus on basically the messages that are coming from this for this week, right? And like I said, this being a collective reading, we definitely want to be open, and what's talked to us, let's take it with us, and what doesn't talk to us, let's just leave that on the table. So let's go ahead and begin. For next week, we definitely see centering as part of the energy. Emotions are going to be at an all-time high, but as long as you balance this with being grounded, this could actually be a great week for healing and releasing. Now, emotions are not going to be taking control of you, and if you feel that they are this week, work with your breath, work with meditation, work with your heart center. There is definitely some kind of releasing happening, but you're kind of over the heavier part of it, but you'll still feel very sensitive. So if you know that you're a clairsentient or an empath, definitely work with shielding. Be very picky of the energy that you allow around you, because that could actually set you off and make you even more sensitive or more emotional. So definitely taking care of your emotions and your energy. As you can see, we then follow with getting off. It's almost like a fog is going to be lifted. There was a lot of anxiety, and you guys know there's a lot of anxiety in the collective. A lot of what ifs, right? But that is beginning to lift, and this is a great news. And in order to really receive this clarity, continue to work with yourself, continue to cleanse your energy. This is a week that you really want to avoid anything heavy that feels heavy for you. So if you're somebody that cannot watch TV, try to do something else. If you're somebody that actually feels alive when you're on your own, make sure that you bring time to your life and being on your own, even if you're hiding in the bathroom from your kids. Hey, I know how that goes, right? But what we want here is to begin to lift from that anxiety cloud. Remember, anxiety and depression are all neutral, even though they kind of paint it as taboo society, especially gifted people. There's a lot of energy that you soak up. So if you've been feeling down and low, expect the energy to change a little bit next week. Make the best out of it, because energy is transcendent. So the good doesn't last forever, but neither does the bad. Now let's take a look at the last card. Definitely working on controlling yourself, and not so much controlling yourself, but what I see here is boundaries are really needed right now. You may have been nice and allowed someone back in your life that you thought, okay, maybe they changed, but they're draining you now. The King of Pentacles reminds you that you are the one that's in charge of yourself. When we see him in this position, you got to reclaim your power. This is a very simple reminder that you may be giving your power away for someone else. You know, you may be letting this person that you don't like ruin your day. But, you know, that is us giving our power. So what we want to do is reclaim that power, saying that person over there has nothing to do with how I'm feeling. I have something to do with that. This is a very big empowerment card, a reminder that you may have given your power away, but next week you're going to feel this energy, right? And it's going to be like, wait a minute, I'm going, it's like this empowering energy, if that makes sense to you guys, right? So what we're going to do here, what we see here is emotions might be at an all-time high, but they're not really going to be the main energy, right? The fog is lifting, so the anxiety is beginning to lift, which is great news. So make your best out of it, because we're in the middle of a shift, so that's not going to last forever, but that's good news, right? And making sure boundaries are your number one thing. So to end the reading, let's pull out our main card, and it says, surrender your need to be right. You guys, I have been working with this deck every single day, and I'm in love. Now, this is all about, a lot of times with wisdom comes us knowing that maybe someone's wrong, but we don't say it to them. You know, when we're in our youth, we're always like, no, you're wrong, and it's debate, and it's fun. It's part of that maiden archetype. But the older that we get, we start to surrender our need to be right. We start to understand that everybody sees this world in a whole different way. So the way that I see this room, not everybody's going to see the same thing, because it's based on our perspective. So basically, by yielding, right? Not rigid. This will help us resolve conflicts and improve our relationships. Now, make sure that this is relationships that truly matter for you. If you're dealing with arrogant people or emotionally toxic people, then this is going to be a great week for you to begin to detach from these people. Because while you're going through all of this shadow, you definitely want to surround yourself with energy that helps you grow and not makes you, not energy that makes you feel exhausted, right? So I love these cards for next week. We definitely do see the ups and downs, and they go very well with the astrological, oh my God, I'm sorry. My accent, it's like it comes out. Astrological outlook for next week, guys. So it goes perfectly with that. So I know we're all going to have a great week. To stay grounded. And don't hide your emotions. Don't be ashamed of being vulnerable. It's all beautiful. It's all neutral. We need all of these amazing energies and emotions, whether they're great or not, just for us to grow. So we're seeing a lot of growth here. So I'm excited to see where we're going to be at next weekend. So if you guys want to schedule a reading or buy candles and stuff, I know many of you have been living under a rock and don't know that I do have a shop. What is that? I've had a shop since 1999. Oh my gosh, how many years is that? Okay, let's not say that. But I've actually been offering readings since 1996. Past a whole different century, but I'm not aging. I'm just kidding. But basically, yes, I've had a shop for quite some time, and you could check it out at www.lightwitchtarotshop.com and go ahead and spoil yourself, right? So I will see you all next weekend. Lots of love and light to you all. I love you, and blessed be. Bye-bye.